Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. In today's video, we are diving into a powerful feature that can greatly enhance user engagement on your Django application, social authentication. We'll be using Django Allauth library that makes it easy to integrate login options via popular social media platforms like Google, Facebook, and Twitter. Whether you are building a new project or looking to add a modern touch to an existing one, this tutorial will walk you through the setup process, configuration, and best practices for implementing social login with ease. So let's get started and add some flair to your Django project. So before we dive into the main course of the video, let's go through the project setup. I'll take you through how I have set up my project. I have already run the server, so we can check. This is the login. So we are going to focus with this social authentication. So let's dive into project setup. So the first thing I did was to create a virtual environment, then activated it, installed Django, then I created a Django project, which is account auth. Inside account auth, you can see I have an application called accounts. I added these accounts in my settings.py file. Here inside this install app list. Yeah, and then I also configured my templates here, right here. Base directory templates. This is the path to the template folder. So basically this is telling Django like get all my templates from this folder, and I created that folder right here. Okay, and then on my account I have created some views. I have home view, register view, and login. All these views, and then I created a urls.py for this application. Okay, it has home view. It has paths to home, paths to register, paths to login, and you can see all these views have respective templates. Okay, I created those templates in templates folder. Right here you can see I have a base.html template. These are templates that I want it to be created by other templates. You can see on home page, on home template at the top, I have extended the base.html. So basically this is to avoid repeating yourself. Instead, just inherit all these elements in base.html into the template that you are using. The same thing has happened to other templates. Okay, and then I have also set up my messages.html because I'm going to use Django messages. So I've already set those messages and then included them inside my base.html right here. And then the last step I did was to include my application URLs into my main URL file. So URLs, these are project URL files, and I have included accounts.urls. Okay, so this is how it's running. If I open my browser and say localhost, okay, you can see right here. So if I click sign up, text in here. So basically what we are going to focus today is on how to implement social authentication. So we are going to focus on Google. So the first step that you need to do is you ensure that you go to your PyPy, that is Python package index. You can see right here, package Python index. In Python package index, you can search Django Allauth. So this is the library that we are going to use. Okay, and then once you open that, you have to copy it and then install it. Okay, let me stop the server. Okay, then you paste that inside there. Then you install that Django Allauth. It will take some few seconds to install. Yes, now you can see it has successfully installed Django Allauth. So the next step you have to do is go to your settings.py, and in this list of installed apps at the top, add Allauth, and then add Allauth dot count, and then add as well Allauth dot social account, and then add Allauth dot social account dot providers dot Google, because we are going to use Google. Since we are focusing on using Google, that is why we have just added Google. You can also add others, like let's say GitHub or Facebook. Okay, you can add Facebook. So since we are only using Google, so I don't need it. But that is how you can add them. Once you have done that, you can now do some settings for it, and then let's first of all do Django Allauth settings. We say Django Allauth settings. Okay. We want account email required. Account email required to be true. No, be true. Okay. And then account username required. We don't need account username to be true. Account username required. Let it be false. Okay. We also account authentication method to be an email. So let's have account authentication method. Let it be an email. Okay. Email. And then last thing, we want account email verification to be mandatory. Okay. Account email verification. Account email verification to be mandatory. Mandatory. Okay. Once we have done that, we also need to define our authentication backend. Before we define our authentication backend, we need also to add login redirect. We want to direct the user once he has signed in to which page. Okay, so we will say login redirect login redirect URL. We want to redirect the user to home page. Okay, and then we don't have logout. Okay, so let's define our authentication backend. So authentication backend. Okay, it's is a form of list. Then by default, Django uses model backend. So ensure you include that included as the first level. So Django.contrib dot backend dot model backend. Okay. So by default, Django uses this one. Okay, so ensure you add it in that list of authentication buttons. And then now let's add these authentication backend for Allauth. Okay, so it will be Allauth, Allauth, Allauth dot count, count dot auth backend or backend, auth backend, not that backend, okay, auth backend. Sorry for that. Let me remove it. Auth backend, auth backend dot authentication, authentication, and then last authentication backend, authentication backend, authentication backend. Okay, now it is set. We are set. Now let's run migration. Let's run migration. Clear Python manage UI migrate. Here we have, okay, we need to add Allauth account middleware. Okay, we need to add the, let me just copy it as it is. This, we need to add this here in our middleware. There's something that I forgot. So inside our middleware, we need to add it right here. Okay, let me comment it. Say Allauth middleware, Allauth middleware. Okay, ensure that you add the Allauth.account.middleware.account. Very important so that to avoid this improperly configured error. Okay, let's clear and try to migrate again. Python manage the UI migrate. Okay, no module named request. Okay, Django uses request. So then not Django, Allauth uses request. So we have to install it. Git install request. No, not request. Is request. So it is pip install request. Give it some for few seconds, it will be completed. And then once it is successfully installed, let's try again to run migration. Python manage py migrate. No module names, JSON web tokens. So we have also we have to install this one as well. Okay, clear. Then we install pip install JSON web tokens. Okay, Allauth uses those JSON web tokens as well. Then now clear. Let's now migrate again. Perfectly. We have migrated correctly, so you can see all social accounts have been created. So let's clear this and Python manage py. Let's create a super user admin. Let me use my email. You can use your own email. Supplying the password of your own choice. Perfect. Now let's run the server. Perfect. So let's visit our backend. We say localhost admin. Let's go to our admin interface to see what tables were created. Okay. You can see we have accounts, we have social accounts. So here is Allauth just created all these tables for us. So the next thing we need to do is go to social application right here. We need to define social application that we want to use. The provider, you can choose all the provider. If you add a provider on your settings, automatically that provider will be right here. Okay. We will also need to specify the name. client ID, secret ID. So the next step we are going is on how to get these client ID and secret ID. To acquire those, you need to go to Google Developer Console, Google Developer Console, okay, Google Developer Console or Google Developer Dashboard. Right here, Google Developer Console. This one is where you want to go, and then go to your APIs and services, and then go to click on APIs and services. You can decide to go to credentials, but click on your APIs and services. So you can see you click here right here to create your own new project. Click on new project. Name your project. Let me call it test. Okay. If you don't have an organization, you don't need to create it. Once you are in your Google console dashboard, you have created your project right here. I created earlier called test, and go to configure concept screen, and then choose the external one, then create an account. Give your app name, test social, okay, and then add your email. You can choose to add your logo. If you have, you can browse it and add it here. If you don't, just go and develop a contact information, add your email. Save and continue. You have saved and continue. Under the scopes, there is nothing you need to change. Just save and continue. Test user, save and continue. Once we are here, we are done. Now go to credentials. Now we want to generate these two fields, client ID and secret key. Okay. So we go back under credentials, go create credentials. Use this client ID. Okay. Choose application type, which is a web application. Name that web application. Let's say test application, and then scroll down to authorize the redirect URL. Okay, you need to add this. If you are on a localhost, you can type HTTPS, HTTP, then localhost 48,000, localhost 48,000, then say accounts, we Google, then login, callback, call back. Okay. So this is very important. You need to add a URL where your site is running on. If you are in production, you can add the URL as HTTPS, then URL example.com, for example, something like that. Okay, let me remove that. So since our site is running on a localhost, so I've added that. Okay, then create. Give it a few seconds to create. Okay, it has been created. You can see now, copy this client ID as it is. Copy it. Go back to your admin interface. Client ID. Here, client ID. Paste it there. Go back. You can see client secret. Copy that client secret. Paste it there. And you have to provide the name of it. Let's say Google. Let me call it Google. Okay. Once you have done that, we are all set now. Okay. We have set the credentials. We have set the client ID and secret ID. So the next step is to implement now our templates to take those credentials and allow our users to log in with their social accounts, that is Google. Okay. So the next step we go to templates and go to accounts templates, go to register. Okay. First, you need to load social account. You need to load that social account. Okay, you have to load it. Then to load it, you use Ginger. Then say load social account. Social social account. Social account. Load social account. And then in your URL, sign in with Google. Sign in with Google. You need to find that href tag. Okay. Let's add this button inside the href tag. Yes, let's add that button inside the href tag. So I will just copy the entire button, cut it, and then add the href tag, and inside that href tag, let me add that button. Okay, so you can see the sign in with Google button inside the href tag. Okay, href. In your href now, you need to add the URL, the provider login URL, provider login URL. Okay, and then let's define that provider, which is Google. So Google. So with this, Django Allauth will be able to log in sign in our user using Google account. So once that is done, let's test it. Now let's go to our site. Our site right here. Let me refresh it. Okay. Reverse Google log. Okay. We forgot one thing. We forgot to add all our URLs inside our main URL. Inside here, inside URL account or inside our project URLs, we need to add all our URLs. So you can say path, then we say account, then we say include all our URLs, all our dot URL. Okay. So yes, with this now I think we are set. Yes, no. Okay, there is a comma right here. Perfect. Now ensure that you also add this one in your main URLs file, which is a project URLs.py file. Okay. Now let's again try that started successfully, and let's try to click in. You can see sign in via Google. Continue. Should take me to all my Google. Okay, yeah, because valid redirect URL mismatch. Okay, the error we are getting this one. It is a redirect URL mismatch. Let's go to our URL. I think here it should be account, not account. It be account. Let's try again. Now let's go to let's sign up. Let's sign in with Google. Continue. You can see now it has listed all my Google accounts that I have. So I can choose which one that I want to log in with. Let me log in with user. Then you can see sign in to test social, so I can continue. Okay, that's not really PY. Okay, we need to install this one as well. We need to install Pi AWT. It is very crucial. So I can go here and try to search it. Pi AWT, Python, JSON, web tokens. Something I forgot. I should have not installed JSON web tokens. I should have installed Python JSON web tokens. Yeah, this one. So let's install this one. So let's copy it. Let's stop our server. Do everything. Now install it. Okay, once we have installed it, let's run our server again. Run our server. Hmm. Let's try it one more time. Okay, you can see we let's start again. Localhost failed. So let's sign up. Sign in, continue. Then choose the email. Use that Marubi Sniper. Let's continue. You can see it already has some access. Now you can see successfully send it as Marubi. See that? And if you go to our backend, right here you can see the email. Okay, let's log in. You can see email Marubi Sniper. Email has been verified. Okay. You can see social account. You can see we have Marubi, that is my first email name. We have UID provide. Okay. And that wraps our tutorial on integrating social authentication in a Django application using Django Allauth. I hope you found this guide helpful and that you are now able to add social login options to your project with ease. If you have any questions or run into any issues, feel free to leave a comment below. I'm here to help. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe to the channel for more tutorials on Django web development. Also hit the notification bell so you won't miss any future updates. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.